Junior is not my son, I deserve to have that proven to me through what? A DNA test. If Junior is not my son, the DNA test will prove that. Right or wrong? Right. Any father on here, any real man, stand-up man, that potentially has the privilege of being a father would want to make things right and would want to know if that's his child. Yeah. Around that time, Blue know what's up. Chrisean was back and forth from what? LA to Baltimore. LA to Baltimore. Y'all know that. Every single last one of y'all know that. She told y'all out her own mouth.
It's rather sad that Ronnie Do's quest for answers in his paternity struggle with Chrisean Rock has allegedly ended in tragedy.
Chrisean's ex, Ronnie, was shot and killed in front of his home. There was a shooting at the 1700 block of Sea Pine Circle. A witness says Ronnie was sitting in his car when several guys ran up and shot 8 to 10 times. The witness went to the car 10 minutes later. He flipped Ronnie over to help, and there was blood everywhere. He noticed Ronnie had been hit multiple times and had a gun on his waist.
Do has been tragically shot in front of his house in a heartbreaking turn of events after his confrontation with Chrisean Rock in a shopping mall, where he was demanding a DNA test from her to determine the paternity of her son.
Here, Junior right here, weird as a bitch. You weird as shit. You weird as shit.
What's wrong?
You weird as shit. Ain't nobody stalking you. That's my fucking son. That's my fucking son. That's my fucking son. What you want to do? What do you want to do?
I'm calling the cops.
I don't give a fuck. Call him. Nobody touch you.
Go to the cops.
Call him.
Go.
Yeah.
Go. I'm calling the cops.
Police ass. You a police ass bitch.
Time to go.
You a police ass.
Time to go.
You a police ass.
Please, sir.
You a police ass.
Excuse
You a
me.
fucking police.
Excuse me.
You a fucking.
With Chrisean Rock's paternity saga taking a tragic turn, what is her reaction to this latest development? Stay tuned to uncover the truth behind this heartbreaking story. The devastating news of Ronnie Don's untimely death on February 3rd, at the young age of 24, has sent shockwaves through social media, casting a somber mood over the online community. The tragic incident unfolded in Maryland, where Ronnie was found fatally wounded outside a home by law enforcement. Swift medical intervention was provided before he was rushed to the University of Maryland Baltimore Washington Medical Center, but tragically he succumbed to his injuries from the gunshot wounds. Authorities are treating the shooting as a targeted attack and have launched a thorough investigation into the circumstances surrounding the devastating event. The news of Ronnie's passing spread like wildfire across social media platforms after a heart-wrenching post by a man believed to be his uncle surfaced on Facebook. The emotional message conveyed a profound sense of loss and grief, painting a vivid picture of the pain and sorrow felt by those close to Ronnie. His uncle's words echoed the sentiments of many who were left reeling from the sudden and senseless tragedy, mourning the loss of a young life cut short. In his words, "This feels like a nightmare. I've been up crying all night. I'm not supposed to bury you, nephew, you're supposed to bury me. It hurts so bad that your life was taken, but I know you're at peace now. I love you and will truly miss you. R.I.P. nephew." Before his untimely death, Ronnie loved rap music and often shared his freestyles on social media. Even though he never became famous for his music, he was passionate about it. Ronnie became popular online because of his past relationship with Chrisean Rock, who is known for her on and off relationship with rapper Blueface and her reality TV appearances. His relationship with Chrisean was far from peaceful and often led to arguments, accusations, and even public confrontations. Many people followed their story because of the drama that played out on social media and news outlets. Chrisean's relationship with Ronnie Don overlapped with her relationship with American rapper Blueface. The drama-filled relationship between Chrisean Rock and Blueface has been full of twists and turns, marked by moments of violence and controversy. Chrisean, a former Division I athlete, crossed paths with Blueface, a renowned content creator and rapper, through his OnlyFans reality show, Blue Girls Club, where women competed for his affection in a competitive setting. As a standout contender in the competition, Chrisean emerged victorious but lost a tooth during the fierce competition. She eventually got a contract to make music under the Blueface LLC imprint. While Chrisean and Blueface's relationship continued far beyond what the cameras saw, it was filled with numerous incidents of violence from the start, reinforcing Chrisean's alleged tendency to never hold back when given the opportunity. During a chat with the Lion Will Be show, Ronnie said, Chrisean does have a history of not keeping her hands to herself.
She seemed pretty violent, man. Was she violent with you back in the day as well, bro?
Hey, man, I ain't gonna incriminate nobody, but I just will say she does have a history of not keeping her hands to herself, and I'm gonna just leave it at.
According to Ron's words, in May 2022, Chrisean reportedly struck Blueface's mom and sister. This was confirmed by a posted picture, apparently showing Blueface's mom's swollen face. According to Clarissa Safford, Blueface's mom said, "All I know is my son will never bring that person around my family ever again in life, and that's all that matters. Carry on." Meanwhile, Chrisean expressed a degree of remorse but insisted that her hand was forced. Commenting on the incident on social media, Chrisean said, "Why talk encore knowing you threw glass jars at my face, called my mama a dope fiend and got in my face like I won't put you down. Nobody's happy to put their hands on somebody's mom, but I'm not a understand, so be careful." 2 months later, it was Blueface's turn to experience domestic violence from Chrisean, as she was seen attacking him on a Hollywood sidewalk. This prompted intervention from his security team to subdue her. This initial outburst was followed by another alarming incident a month later, when Chrisean was arrested for physically assaulting Blueface once again. By September 2022, Blueface, who previously competed in the bare-knuckle fighting championships, seemed to have had enough. When Chrisean's father sought to reprimand him for allegedly putting his hands on her, Chrisean's father threw a punch at Blueface, a badly calculated move that left him unconscious from Blueface's counterattack. There seemed to be no end to the domestic violence between Blueface and Chrisean, eventually leading to the end of their romantic journey in late 2022. There was an alleged fight between the two of them that reportedly turned volatile, during which Chrisean revealed, "I almost went to jail, yo. I swear to God I broke everything in my hotel room in front of that man. The TV, the window. He had to run from that hotel to another." Shortly after this latest incident, she tweeted on X, "Y'all can have him. Chrisean Rock is single. Chrisean, you are enough." Amidst the chaos and drama that defined their turbulent relationship, Chrisean dropped a bombshell announcement in early 2023, revealing her pregnancy through a series of positive pregnancy tests shared on Instagram. While she seemed to suggest that Blueface was the father of her unborn child, Blueface vehemently denied her claims, asserting that their relationship had officially ended and casting doubt on the paternity of the child. While responding to her claim, Blueface said, "To answer your questions, yes, me and Rock are officially done. It's strictly business. I tried it and clearly it wasn't giving." Before she announces she's pregnant with somebody else's child, not mine, Rock has had encounters with 10 different men in the last year. "Until I see a DNA test, then it's not mine. I know y'all thought she was all about me too, but the facts are facts. Being my BM would be a blessing. She must be currently drinking while pregnant. That's a red flag. It's not a Blueface baby." Meanwhile, since the drama of their domestic violence started playing out, Chrisean had been shuttling between LA and Baltimore while also being intimate with Ronnie.
People are wondering this question, man, so I gotta ask this question, bro.
Yeah.
Why do you feel that that child is your baby?
So honestly, I was messing with her during the time that she possibly conceived Junior, and she was back and forth between Baltimore and LA, you know what I'm saying? So I was just being transparent with you, my brother. I was being intimate with her without...
Drama further escalated when Clarissa Safford, Blueface's mother, entered the fray, denying the pregnancy claims and suggesting that the entire situation was a deceptive ploy. In a bold post on social media, she wrote, "Absolutely not pregnant. That man would lose his license for allowing such an exercise." Fast forward to September 2023 with the birth of the child earlier that month. Ronnie shared a compelling photo on his Instagram stories highlighting the resemblance between himself and the baby. He wrote, "You are not the father. Loudly crying face man shrugging oh Blueface baby your official Maury show. Thank you God in advance, 'cause this getting crazy." Initially skeptical of the paternity claims, Blueface quickly embraced Ronnie's revelation, celebrating the news on social media and expressing relief at the newfound clarity. He said, "I thought I was tripping too until I seen this. She kinda told on herself and he is claiming the same thing as well." While sharing a screenshot of Ronnie's post, Blueface went further to write, "I got 1 BM and 2 kids till further notice." He added in a separate tweet, "This the best news I got all year. Trophy, death." He even cast doubt on an earlier paternity test carried out by Chrisean, describing it as fake. "I knew there was something off. I don't think that's my baby. That DNA test was a little weird when I read it. It seemed fake. I had no control over that test. Plus, why would you have a baby in Baltimore when you and the alleged father live in LA? Thinking face and the guy claiming the baby lives in Baltimore." Chrisean responded to Blueface's tweets, telling him she was glad he had decided to distance himself from her and her son. He said, "I'm glad you won't leave us alone. You'd be in the way anyways. You know how mad you made me when you posted his penis? I'm still disgusted. He showed up so bad he running out of ideas." Loudly crying face. Despite Blueface's paternity denial and Ronnie's acceptance of Junior's paternity, the first opportunity Ronnie had to get physically near the baby was during a confrontation in the shopping mall, where he was demanding a DNA test from Chrisean.
What that y'all first encounter, man, since the baby's been born? That day?
Yeah, that was our first physical in-person encounter since Junior was born, yeah.
The nature of Ronnie's sudden death seems to have made the paternity saga of Seuss's son more complicated. Authorities are treating his death as a targeted homicide, with Chrisean's silence attracting significant attention. While Chrisean has weathered controversies and stormy relationships in the past, the circumstances surrounding Ronnie's death appear to be an entirely different situation. As authorities prioritize the investigation, the looming specter of the paternity test adds a new dimension to the unfolding drama, potentially shedding light on the events leading up to his tragic end. With Chrisean's history of domestic violence casting a shadow over the investigation, the stakes are higher than ever in this gripping tale of intrigue and uncertainty. In the wake of Ronnie's death, the question remains, how will Chrisean react to this devastating loss? Will this incident finally bring closure to the ongoing paternity saga? As viewers and onlookers ponder the implications of these dramatic events, we invite you to share your thoughts and insights in the comments section below. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more updates on this saga. Things just got even more serious between Blueface's mom, Clarissa, and Chrisean. Clarissa recently made some disturbing allegations, claiming that Chrisean was involved in the death of her ex-boyfriend, Ronnie. We already know that Clarissa and Chrisean do not see eye to eye and don't like each other, but these new accusations are shocking to say the least. Ronnie had been making waves over the past few months because he claimed that Chrisean's son, Chrisean Jr., was his child and not Blueface. He alleged that he had evidence to support his claim and was on the path to securing a court-ordered DNA test to prove paternity, when he was tragically killed right in front of his house. It didn't take long for Clarissa to jump in and suggest that Chrisean allegedly knew something about it, hinting that she might have set the whole thing up to protect her secret. This is a complete mess, so let's break it down. Clarissa has a knack for inserting herself into situations that don't concern her. It's almost like she can't resist getting involved, even when it has nothing to do with her. She made it clear that she wasn't a fan of Chrisean, but that wasn't the extent of her issues. Her relationship with Blueface's other baby mama, Jaden Alexis, was just as intense. It was clear they weren't exactly friends and the back and forth between them never seemed to end. Honestly, fans even started to question whether Clarissa and Blueface had any real love for each other, given how often they took jabs at one another on social media. They would go at it online, dragging each other in public, making people wonder if there was something deeper beneath the surface, or if it was all just for show. For example, when Blueface proposed to Jaden, Clarissa decided to be petty and shame him for it, saying, "Did this ninja propose to the maid? Well, it's October now. Tell the people you married the maid just in case you go to prison." This made Blueface furious, prompting him to rant against his own mother. "Post her ring and I'ma post mine. You wanna compare booties, right, Clarissa? Yeah, let's just compare rings. Let's see what type of ring that old booty got versus what type of ring that new booty got. My wife gone, always win." Blueface continued dragging his mom even further. "Clarissa married a bum. After all them D's she took, she settled for that little ring. My wife had 1 D her whole life." He also said, "My mother has been married 3 times, had 3 kids by 3 different men and never married any of them. She only went after random men she liked who had a lot of money so she could divorce them and take from them. And at the end of it all, she's sleeping with a bum every night. Sad story for real. Could never respect her as a woman. Then he compared their rings, adding, "My mom's ring is 1 carat with 5 stones surrounding it. I'm not even gonna tell y'all Jaden's ring credentials. It's gonna be embarrassing for real." The comparison is evident. If you got more than one baby daddy as a woman, you're a hoe. It's that simple. Life is like a box of these. Pick one and go, y'all. At this point, we have to wonder if Clarissa even likes her own son, because what type of mother and son duo behaves like this on social media? It's disturbing to say the least. And when you add Chrisean into the mix, phew, y'all can already see how messy this is gonna get. I'm not even trying to throw shade, but let's be real for a second. From the moment Chrisean announced she was pregnant, it was obvious this whole situation was bound to be a hot mess. I mean, come on, Blueface and Chrisean were already the definition of chaos. Nothing about their relationship screamed stability or health. They were constantly wrapped up in drama, so throwing a baby into the mix was just a recipe for disaster waiting to happen. To absolutely no one's surprise, it didn't take long for Blueface to start acting out. He wasted no time jumping on social media and claiming the baby wasn't his. The wildest part? He accused Chrisean of trying to pass off another man's child as his own. At that point, it was like watching a train wreck in slow motion. Their back and forth had people shaking their heads because it was the same chaotic energy they'd always given off, just with a new layer of mess added on top. And it seemed like the more they aired their issues publicly, the more complicated everything became. No one really knew what was real anymore, but one thing was for sure. Their situation was never going to be anything close to calm or stable. Blueface tweeted, "To answer y'all's question, yes, me and Rock are officially done. It's strictly business. I tried it and clearly it wasn't giving." Before she announced she was pregnant with somebody else's child, not mine, Rock had encounters with 10 different men in the last year. "Until I see a DNA test that says it's mine, it's not a Blueface baby." From the moment the news broke, Blueface wasted no time denying he was the father. He was adamant, showing no hesitation, doubt, or uncertainty. He was firm in rejecting the idea and didn't entertain the thought for a second. Instead, he immediately insisted that Chrisean take a DNA test to settle the matter once and for all. There was, of course, the typical messy back and forth. Both of them had their own emotions and baggage tied up in the situation. But eventually, Chrisean agreed to take the test. And once the results came back, it was clear, Blueface was indeed the father.